my living room for both of them, but I am glad to be a part of this. So thank you to Lee for asking me, and to all the planners, Sean, and everybody who's been involved in making this feat work remotely. So I am going to play you a mix of traditional songs and, original songs and traditional fiddle tunes. I am a violinist by trade, but I started writing in 2012 my own music, and I have won in 2016. I won NPR Music's Tiny Desk contest, which is a national contest in America where you enter an original song, and with that, you kind of launch your career into touring. So that's what we did. My husband and I quit our jobs and hit the road in 2016, and we've been to England 5 or 6 times now. I never up to Newcastle area, but we have done a lot of other cities, including London and Manchester and Leeds and a few other ones I'm trying to remember. We've done Wales, Green Man Festival, so we've been around, and I miss it there, and I hope we get back soon. So the first song I'm going to do for you is Watch the World Unfold. It's a song I wrote about not being so hard on yourself. So here we go. Pushing up through the dirt just like a seed, but you're never quite a flower. You feel more just like a weed. Driving through. You wanna know where you are going, but the windshield's always dirty, and you never get to see what makes you think that you'll ever get there. What makes you think you deserve to know? Who are you really? Are you so important? Take a look around and watch the world unfold. Watch the world unfold. Watch the world unfold. Watch the world unfold. Need advice, you have no clue what you're doing. Moral compass it is spinning, an identity unhinged. Where to turn, there's so many opinions, and they're all a little different, and the outlook's getting dim. What makes you think that you'll ever get there? What makes you think you deserve to know? Who are you really? Are you so important? Take a look around and watch the world unfold. Watch the world unfold. Watch the world unfold. pushing up through the dirt just like a seed, but you're never quite a flower. You feel more just like a weed. There you go. That is Watch the World Unfold off of my second recording, an EP called The Songs We Sing Along the Way. So I recorded that EP in May of 2016, and then the first time we went overseas was in December of that year, so we brought that music with us. It is really interesting to think about all of you all the way in England tuning in evening time over there. I've been doing a weekly show on YouTube since March, and I have quite a few people from England that tune in every week, and so I've been able to feel connected to that part of the world, even though we haven't been for a while and probably won't be able to get back there for a little while. So it's very cool to be playing for you today, too. So the next tune I am going to do is the song that I entered into NPR Music's Tiny Desk contest. It's called Someday We'll Linger in the Sun, and it's about how love is meaningful and worthwhile, even if it's difficult or complicated. So thank you so much for sticking around, and here we go. Our love's a complex vintage wine, all rotted leaves and lemon rind. I'd spit you out, but now you're mine. We bit the fruit, it seemed a lie. I'll never know which way was right. Now side by side we face the night, and I love you, and I love you. We walked the pier and back again. It was the most scared I've ever been. You held my hand until the end, and I love you, and I love you. Don't tell me we've got time. The subtle thief of life, it slips away when we pay no mind. We pull the weeds out till the dawn, nearly too tired to carry on. Someday we'll linger in the sun. and I love you. And I love you. And I love you. There you go. That is Someday Will Linger in the Sun. A song that I wrote back in 2013, probably, or maybe 14. Who knows? It's hard to remember sometimes. So I hope that all of you have been finding ways to stay safe and pass the time. As I said, I've been doing those shows every week, and one of my favorite parts about those shows has been improvising. I started performing mostly as a backup fiddler in 2006. In like folk groups, and what I would do is just kind of play along with what I heard and kind of jam, and it was all very improvisational. And then when you start writing your own songs, you kind of get away from the idea of improvising because, in case you didn't know, I use a looping pedal, which is the metal box right here in my wheelchair, and it records everything you do live. And so the timing has to be very specific. So when you are writing songs that you're planning to sing over, you got to make sure that the loops are spot on every time. So the quarantine helped me to rediscover the joy of improvising. So I thought I would improvise a piece for you about the fall right now, and then I'll get back to some singing in a moment. So this is for autumn, which we are both experiencing right now. Um, you're probably getting a warmer version of autumn than we are in Minnesota, but who knows? The weather is very unpredictable everywhere. So this is dedicated to autumn. Okay, so there you go. That is an improvisation on autumn. Lots of swirling leaves were in my imagination and blowing winds, and also like kind of the settling, like the storm that culminated in a bunch of snow, and then when it came back, it was all kind of settled. The earth was settled in cold. So it was winter. So that is what I was doing, in case you were wondering. So that is my improvisational piece on fall, and I'm going to get back to regular programmed music, which is a song that I wrote called "The Long Way Around," about relationships that take work but are worth it in the end. First, I'm going to add a little rosin to my bow. So hold on a moment. It's been a weird year for all of us, obviously. I am trying not to dread winter, trying to focus on the positives, which might include getting a bunny. My husband and I are talking about getting a rabbit, which I'm super excited about because we don't have any pets right now. And having something to take care of in the winter, I think, will be a very fun way to kind of pass the long winters. You guys have less snow than we do in most parts of England. It's very snowy here. So you got to be prepared. So this is the long way around, and I guess I'll dedicate it to winter. Make sure this is working. Okay. When two souls meet and the whole world feels new, shared moments sweet, all colors bright and true, and there is laughter, and there are good things growing everywhere. And I'm happy to be in this place with you. And I'm happy to be in this place. You let it out, you laid it all across the table? What's this about? And you're making me unstable, and I don't wanna go down this road with you. No, I don't want to go down this road. I want to go, but I can't, and I want to learn to sew up the wounds that I broke open with you. 'Cause I knew and I chose, and I don't feel at home in this world anymore. No, I don't feel at home in this world. We rein it in, and there is better understanding. Nobody wins if there is flight without the landing, and we learn to keep our hearts in time. Try not to burn the careful ties that bind us together. And I'm taking the long way around with you. And I'm taking the long way around. And I'm happy to be in this place with you. And I'm taking the long way around. Thank you for listening. That was The Long Way. Already. Move me. Oh, I'm back. Okay, I'm back, I think. Okay, sorry, I don't know why that just happened. I am connected to Ethernet, so I shouldn't be having any internet issues. So, I am gonna go back to the regular show. So, the next song that I am going to do for you is called Bird Song. It's a duet that I wrote, and I like to do it at festivals and stuff because it is kind of a cheery song. I don't have a lot of cheerful songs, in case you didn't notice. So, this song is about kind of my disability, but not my body so much as the views of society make you feel kind of constrained sometimes, and reminding yourself that your spirit is always free. And so that's what this tune is about. So what's going to happen is I'm going to set on the loop. I'm going to set it up, and then we're going to come in together, and we're going to sing this line twice. We're going to sing, "Bird, why do you sing? Fate has clipped your wings." So the words are, "Bird, why do you sing? Fate has clipped your wings." And we're going to set up the loop. We're going to come in, sing it together twice, and then you are going to keep singing at home. So usually this is something that in a live concert setting, you hear the whole room singing with you, and it's really cool. But I have been told that people still enjoy doing this from their houses because you can still do a duet with me, just not in a huge group setting. So some people say they prefer that so that nobody else can hear them singing, which I say everybody can sing, but I understand not everyone likes to sing in public. So we're going to practice it once together. So let's try coming in together. So, bird, why do you sing? Fate has clipped your wings. So it's pretty easy, isn't it? So I'm going to start the loop, and then we will come in together, and you keep going till the end of the song, and we will end together. This is Birdsong. Bird, why do you sing? Fate has clipped your wings. Bird, why do you sing? Fate has clipped your wings. You make me feel like a bird in the sky, fly round and round and I can't fall down. You make me feel so free, like I just came awake, not afraid to be. You make me feel like a bird in the sky, fly round and round and I can't fall down. You make me feel so free, like I just came awake, not afraid to be. You make me feel like a bird in the sky, fly round and round and I can't fall down. You make me feel so free, like I just came awake, not afraid to be. You make me feel like a bird in the sky, fly round and I can't fall down. You make me feel so free, like I just came awake, not afraid to be. Bird, why do you sing? Fate has clipped your wings. Bird, why do you sing? Fate has clipped your wings. There you go. That is Birdsong. I hope some of you were singing along at home. That song was one of my very earliest songs that I wrote back in 2012, and I would perform it with a person named Alan Sparhawk. He is in the band Low, who I know goes to England quite regularly too. But we had our own mostly instrumental project together called The Murder of Crows, and still occasionally get to do some reunion shows and other things here and there. But I started writing songs in the middle of that project, and I didn't really know what to do with them. And so I would show them to Alan, and he would be like, "Good, let's do that." So I wrote this duet, and it's very sing-songy, but he ended up liking it, even though it's, I don't know if you're familiar with the music of Low, you can tell that Birdsong would not be in their regular repertoire, but he was very gracious and sang it with me a lot. And then when I started touring, I missed doing that song, so I figured out a way to include the audience so that we could still perform. I could still perform that song as I traveled. So I have a couple more songs for you today. a few more actually. This next tune is called I Wait, and it is about disability rights in America. I am, in addition to being a musician, obviously, well, I guess I didn't give a visual description, so I will, just in case anyone is out there who is blind or low vision. I am a small Caucasian woman who my arms and legs are kind of bent at 90-degree angles because they broke before I was born and healed in utero. So I have small arms and legs, and I'm sitting in an electric wheelchair in my kitchen. There's like a table behind me and a picture of some sheep, which reminds me of England actually, which is why I fell in love with that painting. And I have dark brown hair. It's pulled up into two little buns. I have a blue flower clip in my hair, and I'm wearing a pink dress, and I'm holding my violin upright in my wheelchair like a cello. So I play that way because of my shorter arms, and so I've always played kind of a different style, and I think it informs everything that you do. If you learn differently, it kind of just makes it its own thing. So I am going to play a song about disability rights, but because of my disability, I've become really passionate about accessibility in the arts. I'm going to be doing a talk for the Tusk Talks on the 8th of October at 8 o'clock your time in England, 2 o'clock my time in the US. So I'm going to be talking about arts and accessibility. But this song that I wrote kind of just echoes that frustration where technically in the US, we do have legislation called the Americans with Disabilities Act, where theoretically every music venue, every festival, everything should be accessible by law, but it's not always enforced. So I wrote this song kind of about that frustration you feel when you're working for equal rights, but the equal rights aren't being recognized, and how do you kind of cope with that frustration without losing hope or getting too burned out. So this is I Wait, dedicated to everyone in England and the US and all over the world who are working for disability rights. Can you see me way in the back here? I've been waiting in line. It's been a long time, can't get no service. Still I am hoping for a sign that one day things will change and we can finally take our place. That history won't forget us or try to minimize our pain, and so I wait. And so I wait. Did you know that when I get angry, I breathe fire, I can burn this place down. You may not realize all of the small ways I am not welcome, but just take a look around. So everybody knows that you need a place to go. And living isn't easy if you incinerate your home. And so I stay. And so I stay. I may seem angry, so please forgive me, but I am still not free in this society. How long must we keep fighting for our right to be living? Wrongs overdue for righting. We're a bit too forgiving. So if you hear them make claims of progress, take a good look and see who isn't fair. We need a seat now at the table, so please invite us, or don't pretend to care. So that is I Wait. For those of you in England, I would recommend checking out the awesome organization Attitude is Everything. They are working on arts accessibility for both audience members and performers in England throughout the country, and they're doing some really cool stuff. I know that you don't have the same kind of national legislation that we do in the US, but you do have some really awesome advocates. So look up Attitude is Everything if you want to see how you can help promote accessibility to the arts, and also I think almost more importantly, how you can make your events accessible whether or not you have a disability. Because I think the faster all of us do it, the cooler world will be. So I have 2 more songs for you today. I am going to do the first song that I ever wrote. It's called Grace and a Tender Hand. This song is, I remember writing it. I was on the bus on my way to work, and all of a sudden this stuff started popping into my head, the melody and the words, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm writing a song. And I had never done that before, so it felt very weird. So I got to work and I asked if I could go use the bathroom, but I secretly went into the hallway and wrote down the rest of the song so that I wouldn't forget it. And showed it to Alan Sparhawk the next day, and he said, well, that's good, let's do it tomorrow night at our show. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I wrote the song, and then the day later performed it for the first time. There's a pretty funny video of that performance. He was giving me a pep talk on stage, basically. And that was a long time ago now, 8 years ago. So here we go. This is Grace and a Tender Hand. song I want to sing you. I don't have a name for what I want to bring you, and I don't understand what you've seen or all that you have done. But if I could bring you peace today, my battle would be won. You're weighted down with worry, you doubt what you are worth. You question if you'll ever know your place upon the earth. But if you saw what I see, this perfect person standing next to me, if you could kindly let yourself be, your battle would be won. We don't know the outcomes, how this story will unfold. We only have a moment, and it is not ours to hold. A place to fall, a time to land. We grow by grace and a tender hand. The beauty of this hidden plan is our battle has been won. The beauty of this hidden plan is our battle has been won. Cool. There you go. That is Grace and a Tender Hand. Even though it's the very first song I wrote, I had never recorded it until 2018. I put it on an album called Learning How to Stay. And a fun English related fact to that, England, I should say, related fact, is that we have a good friend over there named Richard Carter who lives in London. And he had been to pretty much all the shows that I've done in the UK. But the coolest part is that he plays the theremin, which, in case you don't know, is basically from the future. I don't know. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It has to do with sound waves. It looks like you're playing the air. It is the coolest, weirdest instrument ever. And he plays it really well. And so he recorded two theremin parts, like harmonizing, which is basically impossible to do, for that track. So he's on that track. And then when I was in England in 2019, he actually toured with me and played theremin on a couple different tracks. So he's awesome, and I miss him. And if you want to hear what a theremin sounds like, go check out Grace and a Tender Hand, because that is him. So I'm getting ready to wrap up. I'm going to do one more tune for you, but I just wanted to say thank you to the Tusk Festival and to Sean and to Lee for all of your hard work making this happen. If you want to catch a talk about how to make the arts more accessible, not just in the US, but everywhere, please come to the talk on the 8th of October at 8 p.m. British time and 2 p.m. Central Time where I live. A couple little things is I am writing a book right now, so I'm going to be on sabbatical starting in November until April, but during that time, I will still be doing my weekly shows. So if you are bored, they are at 8 p.m. British time every Sunday, 2 p.m. my time, every Sunday afternoon, and they're going to go all the way through till September. I figured I won't be touring for a while, so I might as well make the shows cool. And I have a different guest every week, and I play at the end of them, and it's really fun. So please join me there on Sunday evenings, British time. And if you like the work, please consider supporting me on Patreon Patreon.com/GaelynLee. So this is I'm going to do the parting glass. This is a traditional Celtic tune that is sung at the end of every kind of holiday and celebration and family gathering. And I kind of reworked it with another fiddle tune, a contemporary tune called Brenda Stubbard's Reel. So this is my way of saying good night to you, and thank you so much for being a part of Tusk Festival and for hanging out for my set. This is The Parting Glass. Of all the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company, and all the trouble that e'er I caused, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done through want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fell to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. glass. Good night and joy be with you all. There you go. Thank you so much. That is the parting glass. I am Gaelynn Lee, and I am so grateful to be involved with Tusk Festival. Please keep watching all their amazing programming, and I will see you on October 8th if you are available to hang out and talk about accessibility. Thanks so much for listening. Gaelynn Lee, talk to you soon. Now it's the part where we try to